In life, we often measure our pain by how heavy it feels in the moment, by the weight of the disappointment, the heartbreak, the struggle we can't seem to shake. We look at our suffering and wonder, why this? Why now? Why me? But Romans 8:18 reminds us of a truth so powerful that it reframes how we see every hardship. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. The Bible isn't saying that suffering doesn't hurt, it is saying it doesn't compare. The weight of your pain can feel unbearable now, but the weight of the glory that's coming will make it look light in hindsight. It's not that your suffering is meaningless, it's that your suffering is producing something eternal, something that will one day outshine every dark season you've walked through. We live in a world that prizes comfort. We pray for blessing, ease, and open doors, but rarely do we pray for endurance. Yet, endurance is where the real transformation happens. Just like gold refined by fire, your spirit is strengthened through pressure, your character is purified through trials. The very situations that make you want to give up are the ones God uses to build you up. Think of the process of growing a diamond. It doesn't begin beautiful. It begins buried under the earth in darkness, crushed by unimaginable pressure. Yet under that weight, something incredible is forming. Over time, what looked ordinary becomes extraordinary. The pressure, the darkness, and the confinement are not punishment, they're preparation. That's what the Bible is saying in Romans 8:18. The pressure you feel right now is forming glory within you. When you belong to God, your pain is never wasted. The tears you cry, the nights you can't sleep, the moments where your faith wavers, God collects them all and turns them into purpose. In the unseen places, He is building something greater than you can imagine. The world may see your suffering as a setback, but heaven sees it as the soil where glory takes root. A brewery. Consider Joseph once more, betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, and left to rot in prison. He must have thought his story was over. Yet God was writing a bigger story behind the scenes. The same hands that were once bound in chains later held the keys to Egypt's grain supply. Joseph's pain wasn't wasted, it was transformed. His suffering became his strength, and his wounds became the wisdom that saved nations. In the same way, God is weaving your hardships into the fabric of your calling. You might not see it yet, but one day you'll look back and realize the pain that once broke you was actually shaping you for the purpose that awaited you. Romans 8:18 isn't a verse of denial, it's a verse of divine perspective. It doesn't tell you to ignore your suffering, it tells you to see beyond it, to look at your pain and say, this may hurt, but it won't last forever. Every tear will be accounted for, every loss will be restored, every moment of despair will be redeemed, because the glory that's coming will outweigh it all. We often pray for God to remove our storms, but sometimes He allows the storm to strengthen what's inside of us. A tree that grows in calm weather doesn't develop strong roots, but one that faces fierce winds learns how to anchor itself deeply. Likewise, your trials aren't proof of God's absence, they're proof of His investment in you. He's growing your faith, deepening your roots, and preparing you for greater heights. You can't build spiritual muscle without resistance. You can't develop endurance without pressure. You can't experience resurrection without first walking through death. The cross always comes before the crown. And as Romans 8:18 tells us, what's coming after the suffering will make the pain pale in comparison. When Paul wrote these words, he wasn't speaking from comfort or ease. He was a man who had been beaten, imprisoned, shipwrecked, betrayed, and abandoned. Yet he still said, this suffering isn't even worth comparing to the glory ahead. That's not delusion, that's faith refined by fire. Maybe right now your life feels like a valley. Maybe you're standing in the middle of a chapter that doesn't make sense. But remember, God doesn't end stories in pain. If it still hurts, the story isn't over. There's a greater glory waiting on the other side of your perseverance. Every hardship carries hidden purpose. Every trial is a classroom where God teaches you who He really is. You don't learn trust on the mountaintop, you learn it in the storm. You don't discover God's faithfulness when everything's perfect. You discover it when you have nothing left but Him. That's why Paul could speak with confidence. He had seen the glory that suffering produces. In 2 Corinthians 4:17, he echoes this truth again, for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. The pain you feel today is temporary, but the strength it builds will last forever. God uses the weight of the world to shape warriors of faith. Think about how Christ himself endured the cross. He didn't do it because it was easy. He did it because of the joy set before him. Hebrews 12:2. He saw beyond the pain. He saw the resurrection, the redemption, the restoration that would come through his suffering. If even the Son of God had to walk through pain to reveal glory, then surely our struggles are not without purpose. And here's the beautiful truth. Glory doesn't just wait for us in heaven, it's also revealed in us. Romans 8:18 says, "The glory which shall be revealed in us, not just to us." That means God isn't just preparing a place of glory around you, He's forming that glory within you. You are becoming the reflection of His greatness through the very things that once tried to destroy you. Your scars are not your shame, they are your story. Each one tells the tale of a God who carried you through what was meant to end you. Each one whispers, "Look what God has done." Glory is being revealed in you every time you forgive instead of hate, every time you rise instead of quit, every time you worship through your weeping. So, when the pain feels too heavy, remember this: the glory being built in you is heavier still. It's not wasted, it's not meaningless, it's not forever. Every struggle is temporary, but the strength it produces is eternal. Don't measure your life by what you see right now. Measure it by what God has promised. There's a reason faith is called the evidence of things not seen. When you can't trace His hand, trust His heart. When you can't see the purpose, remember the promise. The glory ahead will make it all worth it. You are being prepared for something greater. You are being refined for a future that your present can't yet comprehend. So hold on, keep believing, keep walking. God is not finished with you. The pain you feel today will one day be the testimony that strengthens someone else tomorrow. Every storm has its end. Every valley has its rise. Every cross has its crown. And every ounce of suffering will one day give way to a glory so radiant it will silence every tear and rewrite every sorrow into joy. Romans 8:18 isn't just a verse, it's a lifeline. It's the whisper of heaven saying, "Hold on, child, the pain won't last forever. I'm still working, still molding, still revealing my glory in you. So walk through the fire with faith. Endure the darkness with hope, because soon what God is forming in you will shine brighter than you ever imagined. The story isn't over, and when it's finished, you'll see that every hardship was preparing you for the glory that could only be born through perseverance. When you finally stand in that light, you'll realize it was all worth it. Every ache, every tear, every prayer whispered in the dark, all of it was part of the process. You were never buried, you were being planted. And now you will bloom into the glory God destined for you all along.